Welcome everybody. I want to go over another segment of Heard It Through the Grapevine, and we get this quite often and in different forms of questions, but it's normally around, why do we have spending money on sidewalks or parks or Main Street and not using that money for something else? And I just want to kind of explain to you kind of how that works. And we've received right at $4.2 million in grants and donations over the last 7 years since I've been in office. And that money normally comes from either the federal government or state grants or private or public companies, or even we've had some from individuals who've donated for something. But every single grant or donation we've received has been earmarked for a specific item. And so, for example, I kind of want to go through so you guys kind of have a good understanding of what some of this money has been used for. And the police department has received over $100,000. Lots of that's been used for different vehicle type things or protection vests and stuff like that. Our parks have received over $700,000 in grants and donations. Most of that's either gone to fix up or repair a park or used in some sort of fashion, like the new bathrooms that were put in at Kinley Park, something like that. The museums received over $100,000, which was used to help get the community building redone, and also to help on some of their repairs and stuff that they have. And then Sidewalks has received to date $1.9 million of that. We haven't even used around $1 million of that. That is still in process. And as you guys may have seen recently, part of that unused is another $408,000 that helps us get to the point we need to get in order to get a new sidewalk down Dallas Street to Pop Allen Park, to connect to the bridge we have on 2nd Street. This will also connect over to El Paso, and it's supposed to have a crosswalk there too on 59 Highway, and then get us to the high school. And then there's another grant still in there that is just in the early phases that will connect around to the high school, up 3rd Street and that area. So still a lot left to do with the sidewalks, but we've also gotten a lot done, including 2nd Street, El Paso, 6th Street over, and all of that is part of our safe routes to school too. We want kids to be as safe as possible, so we kind of gear everything to the areas that are walked more, and that we have kids that may be heading to and from school, so that we can get those areas done first on our sidewalk rehab. And then the water sewer department has received over $500,000. Some of that's being done actually in the process right now. We have a new water line going in on Birmingham Street, and then we have a new water line that is part of a state project just around Mount Olive Road, and some widening that they're working on there that'll be worked on. And then, of course, the fire department, they've received over $250,000 in grants and donations. Some of that has went to different getting things that they need, such as rehabbing hoses, a fire truck, things like that they needed to get their stuff done. So just kind of a quick explanation as to what the grants are used for, and they have to be, when they are earmarked from especially federal government and state, those cannot be moved. Or we would get in trouble. If it says it's $400,000 for a sidewalk, that is the only thing we can use that grant for. So hopefully that gives you a little information as to how grants and donations work with the city, and we'll see you next time on Heard It Through the Grapevine.